It's crazy serendipity that I'm checking out this song next. After just checking out Maury Calliope's Overkill, my community wanted me to deep study on that song. Fascinating song. It's kind of a criticism about the idol culture from the inside out with the VTuber thing and all of that stuff. Mind-blowing song. And then I find out that Teniwoha wrote this song for Phantom Siita, who also writes for Maury Calliope. So, and Otto. And by the way, I have to invite you. Well, first of all, this is I'll put the link to my first ever hearing of Phantom Siita, which I checked out for my community over on Patreon. The link to that's down in the description. And also, if you're an Otto fan, which I can't help but assume that you are a little bit if you're a Phantom Siita fan, I'm going to be doing on the 30th this month a live stream of, I think we're going to do the HIBANA Tour concert. We're going to have a live stream over on my Twitch. I've been streaming together. We're having a blast doing it. The link to my Twitch will be down in the link so that you can follow to be ready for that in case you forget for the 30th, okay? And, I'll talk about my community and stuff later, but I am excited to check this song out. Apparently the song is about like femme fatales, and it's very provocative, I guess. I've got a ton of notes on it. We'll explore them as we go. But here we go. Phantom Siita, Zoku Zoku. I want to do the first take. First takes are kind of some of my favorite, my favorite things that we break down on the channel. So we're gonna start there. Let's go. They're so meticulously, wow, these outfits are so fascinating. These dresses.
ファントムシータです。よろしくお願いします。
So serious. Wow, that's beautiful. Whoa, those lyrics! Wow! Provocative lyrics. Interesting. Some of that modal scale stuff sounded. Wow! It's almost got a Latin feel to it. Not here. Wow. Moth to the flame. By the way, moth, Siita, if my fun facts are right, that means moth, right? Siita, yeah. I'm working on. I'm watching anime with the community, and I'm very excited about languages. So I love the idea of learning Japanese and stuff, and Korean too. So stay tuned for that. My pronunciation might get better over the next several months. We'll see. Wow. Oh. Still catchy. It's like the chorus here. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh my God, what is happening here? Oh, I sometimes I wish I could just USB my head into the and get like the transcript of what's going through my head as I'm listening. That when I go back on my second listens, that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to just give you all of my first impressions. Oh my God. Stylistically, musically, this is so interesting. The sections, there's lots of changes from each section. And we're going to go back through and break them down after. Their vocals, their vocalists, and their stage presence performing are so high level. Like, they are such killer performers and singers. Wow. I'll explain more, but let's finish this out here. Let's listen. Oh my God. I just got goosebumps right there. Wow. Turandot, that's a reference to opera, Puccini opera. So sophisticated. Playing a shipwreck game. Oh! It's got a little Latin. I love the Latin feeling of this section. It's like a pre-chorus. Where are we now? So creative, this music production. This part's catchy, right? Listen to that fire in her vocals. Oh, now she's legato. Wow. This feel. They're so expressive. Listen to that vocal tone change. Vertical mixing. Oh, listen to the instrumentation here. Oh. Such crazy piano. Do you hear that? You need to listen with headphones. Like a little jazzy, almost like a Twin Peaks chord. What is this? Oh, wow. So interesting. 5 minutes. We're going to go back through. I have so much to say. I don't even know what to say in the wrap up. Like, okay, let me see if I can pull a couple thoughts out of my head. These are incredibly professional artists. This music production is outrageously high level, sophisticated stuff. The song form, the structure of how the song was created from section to section, which is slightly different from music production, you know? The song form concepts are brilliant and weird in the best way. Attention holding. The vocals, immaculate. I just got goosebumps thinking about the vocal. Like, immaculate vocals. Expressive. I mean, they are so put together. This is such an incredibly professional group. And, you know, I was debating on whether I've been doing now these bundles where I deep study a group and just do like a deep study for my community. And I don't know, do they have enough music for me to even do that yet? Let me know, because I've checked out a couple of their songs, as I mentioned, over before, which were fantastic. But I would love to like unpack a lot. I want to do like a deep study, because that's how I get to know artists better. I'm so grateful you guys have me checking out so many artists now, like every day, that if I just do a one song reaction, sometimes it doesn't go deep enough for my psyche, because I have so many people I'm checking out with you all. So if there's enough content with them to do some deep studies, let me know. I would love to do that with you all. But we're going to do a deep study on this song right now. Here we go. Let's go back and check it out. Here we go. They are, look at how put together. Like, what's the story with these dresses? Like, are they made for them? Like, they have to be. These look like custom, very meticulously designed custom dresses, right? And their hair, everything is so meticulous. I love the noises too on the first take, so you can hear all the little extra noises. Like, it just gives it that real element to it, which I like.
ファントムシータです。よろしくお願いします。
And they're all standing in front of Neumann U87 microphones. They're like $4,000 microphones a piece. Amazing microphones. So this instrument, this sounds like it's a cultural instrument that I don't know. One thing I love about that is a lot of times on these, on I don't know about first takes, but on shows like this where I see a group singing together where they're trading off leads and stuff, a lot of times what I'll see is that when there is a harmony, it's baked into the backing track, and that commonly the thing that we hear is the singer on the microphone in these moments doing their solo lines. But right there, they were singing the harmonies. Like, this harmony stack was built right there. Amazing. So right here, right there, some of them da 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 da. We're in like is that like a Dorian mode? It feels modal. It reminds me of like kind of like Turkish scales or like the Middle Eastern modality. Like it has some of the scale usage in this hinted at some of that sort of cultural, like the scales that we would get from, like in Turkey, they have a lot of interesting scales. There's several cultures around the world that use modality more than like Western tonal harmony. And there are moments of the song that hint at that. And then there are moments where it's really just like a really catchy pop song. And then there's the provocative, did you know that lips are the edge of our organs? That's the opening lyric to the song. What? Think about that in the context of what the song's about, like femme fatale, luring in. Like, what does that mean exactly? Like, we need to hold that in our minds on this next listen through too. By the way, real quick, who am I? Let me introduce myself. This is my website. I have an amazing team of teachers that teach with me. I've been a vocal coach for the last 26 years. Building voices has been my life's work, although now I'm spending more time with you all online talking about singing, but I still teach some now. This is my amazing team of teachers that teach under my tutelage here in the Manhattan, Tri-State, Philadelphia area. We do in-person lessons out here, but we have students now all over the world, especially with this channel. So if you need a vocal coach, hit us up. I say that because I'm about to say a bunch of vocal technique things. You'll be like, who is this guy talking about singing so much? Well, that's me. Links down in the description to that too if you need somebody to study with. All right, here we go. Oh! So she's in, how is she singing right here? She's in her brassy metallic. This is, by the way, stepping into my vocal lab. This is how I break down vocals. If you think about someone singing in relation to these 7 elements of the voice, then you have a real deep understanding on how to get started on to understand how they make sound. Listen to how much metallic, brassy, trumpety tone quality there is in her voice here. Right there. Trumpety. But not the whole time, right? She had a couple syllables. Ba, 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 ba. She went into airflow. Listen. Ka. Had airflow. So it's brass, 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 wind. What do we call that in singing? Tone quality diversity. The tone of your voice is the sound. Is it windy? Is it brassy and metallic? Is it gritty? Is it a mixture of some of those 3? Does it have vibrato? All these are elements that add up to the sound of your voice. Brass with wind. I love her straight tone on when she did that top note there. Beautiful. And that little pop scoop, right? I could go, I mean, it's such good singing. I literally could do this for every phrase. I'm not going to, but I could. Little vocal fry right there. Did you hear that? Vocal fry is one of the two ways that we do grit on vocals. Vocal fry is like a bottom-up sound into the voice. Yeah! False chord grit is a cinching that we do to the pharynx, which is the space above the larynx. You're cinching in the mucosal membranes of the false vocal folds into the stream of air, and they vibrate in addition to the vocal folds. That's two ways to do grit. That's the more dominant one, the false chord grit one. She used vocal fry here, though. Right here. That was vocal fry. Vocal fry has a little more of a steely, metallic-y sound. Like that's vocal fry. Yeah, that's false chord grit. Hear the difference? She hit almost every vocal technique in that first phrase. From brassiness to windy, releasing her voice from the metallic quality to the windy quality. She did it both in the same pitch range, which we call horizontal mixing. She did it going low to high, which I call vertical mixing. Flipping, she added in some growl there, which is like high-level false chord grit. She added in some vocal fry. She had vibrato. She had everything in that. Straight tone. I mean, what did she not do? She didn't sing like opera. Okay, that's the one thing she didn't do in that phrase. See, this is that part that we're getting that scale stuff I was talking about, right? See, it sounds like it's from, I mean, like somewhere in Europe. It feels like Turkish. I mean, that's what I'm getting. We're kind of in like D minor here, sort of, key-wise. But that changes, I think. And this is the thing. Like, this feels like we could build a whole song on this sound world. But it doesn't exactly go here. It goes into like this kind of Latin thing, it feels like to me. Man, we have to... There's so much more we need to unpack with them, for sure. See, this also... What is that instrument? I wonder if it's in... oh, no, it's not going to be in the first take. They don't put stuff like that. Wait, what is... I have to look... With a laser beam of a hot gaze, she said, make way for the beauty. This is like the seduction of the femme fatale, right? I like the little flips in her voice. How much does Otto work with them on singing, I wonder? Is Otto actually their vocal coach too? Kind of? Wouldn't that be wild? It kind of sounds like it. I mean, it's so fascinating, their level of vocal dynamics, their level of vocal diversity, of tone qualities, and sort of explosive dynamic, changing things up so much is very Otto-like. Otto does it more, I would say, so far in my very limited study of them. Otto is like explosively diverse in her tone quality. They have a lot of that too, but it's not quite as like, Otto sometimes feels like she's just thrown caution to the wind in her singing. They feel very tight. Everything feels just locked in tight, just meticulous. I love the flips. I love their camera work. They're like the way they're using their faces. They're very expressive with their faces, very confident. There's a lot of confidence being portrayed in the way that they're performing here. Just like swagger. Hear that vertical that almost sounds like yodeling a little bit. When you accentuate the flip, it makes it sound like yodeling. Bite, lots of bite. In these starving times, even the devil speaks of anxiety, only to be mocked by the femme fatale. So the femme fatale even has one up on the devil, right? She's so seductive and alluring. She's even better than the devil at that. That's what they're saying. Isn't that wild? Very snappy, punchy, accenting on the syllables. Here on every phrase, there's it releases up in pitch. Notice that. Clever. That's different. Who does that? It's like it's on the it's like on the intake of air. There's a little you know? Do you hear that? That's so crazy. It's not like she's singing it in an outward expulsion. It's kind of like that's what it sounds like, at least. What? Amazing! This is that Latin part. So it's a what's it? So we have like a D minor. Like, what's going on in it? Something like that. And then what's this part? I don't see. This is what I mean. Like we had a whole thing going on up to this point, right? So then we go to here, and this feels like what we just did. And this feels like where we are. This feels like it makes sense. And now we're about to go somewhere. Just make a left turn. I feel like a la la love. La la la. Then it got major there. Da da da. We're kind of like A major-ish. And now we're getting into material that feels very hooky. That feels like it's got that sticky. We got a chord progression that has a. It's got like a catchiness to it now. Like a moth to the flame. Oh, that Ogden. Seamless. That's so hard to do, that type of bouncing around, that big of an interval jumping up into your brassy chest voice like that. She's so accurate. Wow. I love it. Like that little, her not going right to that note created such harmonic, melodic sort of anticipation of resolution. We needed to resolve to there. Otto does that stuff all the time. So this is like the accessible part of the song. This is the catchy part of the song. This isn't that avant-garde, let me make it sound crazy and weird and provocative. This is like that, let me hook you to sing along a little bit after a couple listens. Oh! Notice the change here. Now she's very legato. The singing up to this point has been very punchy, very bop, 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 very brassy, very edgy, with little seductive moments. This part, it's a different tone. She's in more of a light mechanism mix, a little bit more of like her air flowy, more of a wind mix. Notice between wind and metal, there's green, yellow, orange, red. That's because between wind and metal in our tone, it's a spectrum. It's not black and white. And she's kind of in that middle area here a little bit. That's a mix. That's not belting. That's not pure head voice either. That's somewhere in the middle. It's like in the yellow. Now she's more in the red. Now she's more in the green. Now she added grit and metal. Now she's metal with grit. Brass. Yes, so good. It's so interesting. What is that instrument? What is that? I love the little Turandot quote. Like that, like sophisticated. We're like quoting operas and stuff.
眠りとランドと二人っきりそうなんごっこ
Now we're in like a hip-hoppy part.
模型を晒すのフェロモンリピート after
With
me
that sub bass and that kick doing its thing down there in the minimal arrangement.
誓います誓います誓います
Repeat after me, I swear. Oh my, they said blood doesn't freeze, but that's a lie, isn't it? How cute. Oh my God. All right. There is just so much to unpack here. I could do this all day, but I have to do other things with my life other than just listen to them. Is there anything else you guys are going to be mad at me if I don't hear as part of this song?
俺ないなんて人間やめてみる
There's so much more I could say. I just feel like...
綺麗は
All right. If you want me to break down this song more than this, you have to come join my community and be a part of things, because I'm going to stop here. I could go all day. It's so stimulating. It's so interesting breaking them down. What do we need to check out next? What's their plans for music coming out? I haven't done that. I don't have all of that info with me here. But, I mean, God, I feel like I could just listen to this all day. If we need to go deeper on the song, then let me know. But it's fascinating. They are fascinating. It's fascinating they're connected with Otto. I love Otto. I've broken her down so much. She's just such a... You know, there's so much to say about everything Otto's about that I just think is so admirable as an artist and as a human being. And, I mean, very, very cool. So we're going to leave it there for today. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for getting me to check this one out. I think that was you, Dorsan. Yeah, and we had a bunch of others. I have a thing where it's, let me see. It's not really solid yet, but I have a... Oh, it's not even open. I have a thing that I keep track of all the recommendations. My community really over on Patreon and Discord are the ones that are, they influence a lot of the songs that I choose to react to. And we have a whole thing going on over there. So if you want to become an ambassador for Phantom Siita and see more of their content and also check out some of the stuff that I've already done there, in addition to I have, I've got tons of Japanese artists that I've broken down. I mean, hundreds at this point over, I don't know about 100 artists, but hundreds of songs over on my Patreon that are not up on YouTube. So you can come peruse that. I'll put my collection down below, as well as my collection to Otto if you're an Otto fan, because I'm an Otto fan. So, all right. And again, last thing to tell you, you're cordially invited to this on the 30th. It's on Saturday. I think I said Sunday, didn't I? I meant Saturday. It's on Saturday the 30th. Okay? We're going to do a live stream on my Twitch. Link in the description for that as well. All right, that's enough. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Cheers.